Friends, in today's episode of K-Sizzle Reacts, we will learn about some amazing animals. Those are different species. However, the species that we will see today are very extinct. Their anagona can be seen in a few places in the world. So let's take a look at some uncommon interesting animals. Number 1. The Screaming Hairy Armadillo. Screaming hairy armadillos are found in parts of the Gran Chaco and Pampas areas of Argentina, Bolivia, and Paraguay. An isolated population is found in eastern Buenos Aires province in Argentina. They inhabit subtropical or tropical dry forests, temperate shrubland, subtropical or tropical dry shrubland, temperate grassland, subtropical or tropical dry lowland grassland, hot deserts, temperate desert, arable land, pastureland, and plantations. These armadillos are absent in rocky areas where they would not be able to burrow. Screaming hairy armadillos are solitary animals. They are nocturnal by summer and diurnal in winter. These armadillos can stay without water for long periods of time. They often burrow at the base of bushes and shrubs. Hairy screaming armadillos have multiple burrows in their range, and each burrow may have more than one entrance. A burrow may be 20 to 38 centimeters in diameter and may be several meters long. The animal does not build a nest in its burrow, which it seals during occupation. The home range of an armadillo consists of a minimum area of 3.4 ha when not in its burrow. The animal spends most of its time foraging. Number 2. The Angora rabbit. Of all the rabbit breeds in the world, and there are a lot of them, the Angora breeds are among the most distinctive, thanks to their beautiful, flowing wool. You probably already know that Angoras are prized by fiber artists and rabbit enthusiasts alike because of their characteristic fur. But how much do you really know about these delightful breeds? Here are facts, a baker's dozen of them, about these amazing bunnies. These include the English Angora, the French Angora, the Satin Angora, the Giant Angora, the American Fuzzy Lop, and the Jersey Woolly. The English, French, Satin, and Giant Angoras are usually what come to mind when most people think of Angora rabbits, due in part to their names as well as their size. The American Fuzzy Lop and the Jersey Woolly are much smaller in size, and while they do exhibit the Angora wool that makes these breeds so unique, it takes many more rabbits to get the same amount of wool you could get from one of the larger Angora breeds. Number 3. The Pleasing Fungus Beetle. Pleasing fungus beetles in the genus Megalodocne are, indeed, pleasingly shiny black with irregular, contrasting, yellowish-orange bands across the forewings. The body is an elongate oval in top view and half to 7/8 of inches long. Although these beetles are not rare, they are seldom noticed, perhaps because the adults are nocturnal. They sometimes congregate under bark or rotting wood, usually within 25 feet of Ganoderma-infested trees and stumps. They emerge at dusk to feed throughout the night. Females lay their eggs on the fruiting bodies of shelf fungi in the genus Ganoderma and other wood-rotting fungi. Megalodocne larvae hatch and feed in the woody fruiting structures of bracket fungi. Number 4. The Paradoxical Frog. Pseudes paradoxa is a common frog living in the region between Colombia and Suriname. Its development, however, is far from common and serves as a reminder that growth doesn't necessarily have to do with becoming larger. Like most frogs, Pseudes paradoxa starts out as frog spawn before turning into tadpoles. The tadpoles of the paradox frog, however, stand out because they continue to grow rapidly until they're about 25 centimeters long, making them the largest tadpoles in the frog world. A regular frog's metamorphosis then commences by developing its legs and shrinking its tail into the body. What sets Pseudes paradoxa apart is that it is not just the tail that shrinks, but the entire body. Upon reaching full adulthood, the paradoxical frog, or shrinking frog as it is sometimes appropriately called, has only 1/4 of the size it used to have as a tadpole. This idea of growing into a smaller adulthood so contradicts with our general notion of development that it was named paradoxical frog. But it's only a paradox because we seem to be able to think in just one direction, towards bigger and taller. It says more about the inflexibility of our thinking than it says about the paradoxical nature of growing towards smallness, because that's in fact a great idea. Pseudes paradoxa raises the question if perhaps the human species as a whole is still in its embryonic state. Are we giant tadpoles, waiting for the moment that will metamorphose into more suitable, more efficient, smaller beings? Are we big toddlers on the verge of shedding our baby fat? Number 5. The Penis Snake. 2 preserved specimens of the Atratachona izelti, originally discovered in the Brazilian rainforest, were all that were believed to exist of this rather unusual creature, found in the late 1800 seconds on an expedition. This species of K-Sizzle was rediscovered in 2011 in the same region. The penis snake, as it has since been dubbed due to its appearance, is the largest of the few known lungless tetrapods. Its species, K-Sizzle, is a group of limbless, serpentine amphibians that are snake-like in appearance, but have rings like an earthworm. The penis snake is twice the size of the second largest lungless tetrapod. It is a limbless amphibian which has a body similar to that of a snake with rings around it much like that of an earthworm. The head is broad and flat and features sealed nostrils, an enlarged mouth and a mobile cheek. There is also a fleshy dorsal fin. K-Sizzles usually range in size from 4.3 to 63.0 inches. The penis snake specimen from Vienna measures 28.5 inches and the Brazilian specimen is 31.7 inches in length.